It's a lot of pump fakes in this conscious occult community thing. How you doing, man? How you doing, love? Sis, shouty, shorty. You know what I mean? As always, you know the routine. But anyway, I figured in this here live stream, you know what I'm saying, this one here that we're on, I want to be funny. Because I'm a funny guy. I crack myself up at least. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you find me funny. You might just look at me as some goofy wannabe, or, niggas call me a clown, which is not an insult to me. I mean, I deal with the sacred clown thing. So you calling me a clown is not an insult. Anything is a compliment. You recognize, the clown shit I be doing. If I had 3 balls, I'll juggle them right in your face right now. I just got 2 balls, but I don't juggle them on, public sites like this. But anyway, I figure we don't have to get so much into information right now, because if you really was trying to get like the type of information that I'm trying to give, you know what I'm saying, you would come over to my Patreon, man. You would get over on the Patreon if you really want to learn some stuff. Of course, I'm trying to promote my shit. Anybody would, but this is where I really dig into stuff. This is where the education is over here. It's on the Wholography Patreon. Let me pull up the banner. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the banner. Holographer.com, for the book. And then Alex, $ Alex 64, because if I could be scholarly, you could be dollarly. And then, last but not least, patreon.com/holography. And like I said, this is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? If you really dig in what I'm putting out, you know what I'm saying? Because you gave your money to those white people at that educational institution, and what you learn there. You know what I'm saying? See, ideal stuff you could use, it's instructional, it's experiential learning based. Experiential learning based. There we go. So, check me out. But I figure let me put my face back in here a little bit, because I want you to see like all the facial expressions that, all the, because I'm trying to be funny in this episode. You let me know by the end of this live stream or video, if you're watching after I went live, how funny I am. So it's a lot of conscious pump fakes out here. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody that's, about sports like football or basketball, a pump fake is when you acting like you're going to shoot. You acting like you're going to shoot. You know what I'm saying? You pump faking. You trying to get your opponent to, try to jump ahead of you ahead of time so you can dodge them, and then, shoot the jet. You know what I'm saying? Shoot the rock. So and then in football, because I'm from a football family, so you act like you're gonna pass, or you act like you want to run the option, or you act like you're gonna hand it off. It's a pump fake. So hold on, let me take this off the screen, and you're gonna see my face right now. We'll get to Steve Biko in a minute, but it's a lot of pump faking in this conscious occult spiritual community that, like, I call it semio, spirituality, esoterica, metaphysics, ideology, and occult. So if anything you do or anything you're interested in falls into any of those 5 categories, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you, and I'm talking on, about us that deal with this type of stuff. It's a lot of pump faking out here. And it's not nothing new. And you can also consider this video or live stream to be a continuation of my subconscious politics of the conscious community video. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get over 1,000 likes, or not even 1,000 likes, 1,000 views, so it could, people can see it. But I'm just trying to be funny in this video because, a few days ago, you know what I'm saying? What was it, last week or a few days ago, was the first time somebody threatened my life over a social media platform. They actually came into my inbox and threatened my life and my kid's life. They threatened me and my kid's life. But they use their thumbs to type out a threat, a few threats to me over Instagram, like inboxing. Yeah, anybody ever inbox a threat to you, like where it's like they inboxed you as if they were going to like do something or attack you in some sort of way? Now we're talking about conscious pump fakes. So this is people that we're talking about a category of people that would be in this whole conscious spiritual, African religion, conscious community thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like, you know how I like to say it. A lot of people like to distance themselves from it, but it's like you're kind of dealing with the same stuff. Just like I said with the chakras. Like chakras is not just in the occult. Like there's people who in the New Age movement, conscious community, ideologies, and all this different stuff, whether you black, white, Indian, Chinese, everybody deals with chakras. So chakras is not, it overlaps. It's not just black conscious community, it's not just New Age, it's not just a cult. Everybody's dealing with the chakra thing now. So if you're dealing with any, like I said, any of this type of activity, I'm putting you in the same category as semio, spirituality, esoterica, metaphysics, ideology, occult. It's a lot of pump faking going on. And it's a lot of people making claims that are very lofty, very, very, braggadocious, very you know, just over the top, just exaggerated, just you just saying shit at this point. And I don't know if people like you're trying to scare people or you're trying to, you know, start a fight. Like you're trying to, oh, I'm gonna see you on the street. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like nigga, you just sat here and typed that up with your thumbs. Have I ever took anything seriously? Some type with their thumbs. I don't know if I have. I don't know if I ever have taken anything seriously. I don't even take shit that I type with my thumbs seriously. But it's the point of how did I get this far into this whole conscious thing where somebody had to threaten my life and my kid's life over a social media shit? See, I like to think of myself at like I'm not someone who like I'm not here to like put up a ruse. Like I'm going to make fun of who I'm gonna make fun of. I do the black absurdist thing on my Instagram, and I like doing that because it's funny. I'm not here to sit here and put up some like gimmick where it's I'm sitting here being something that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Now let's take it back to when there was a people sitting here commenting on my videos saying that fake obia or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Fake, you're not the real thing. You're not this. You're not that. Listen, I know if I am, and I know if I'm not. Let me slip up on my discipline, and it'll be proven if I am that or not. That's how I know for sure what I am and what I do. You know what I'm saying? What somebody's telling me outside, like someone on a other side of the fucking country or other side of the world telling me what is or what is not. I don't care. Like, does it look at my face? Do it looks like I give a fuck what you think? It never crosses my heart, or comes where I care what you think or what you feel about something. So someone coming into my inbox or in my comment section to tell me some shit about how they feel and their opinions about things. If it's a respectful opinion, whether I agree with it or not, I'm always going to sit here and, comment back or like your comment, you know what I'm saying? Let you know I appreciate the gesture. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? One honorable person to a hopefully honorable person that's, commenting or leaving a message. But this pump fake shit is getting out of hand. The more it gets out of hand, the more I laugh at it. Because you don't sit here and threaten somebody's life and think that, over some social media thing, spiel, and, this ain't nobody going to laugh at you for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pump faking going on. That's what I'm here to talk about today. It's a lot of pump faking going on. It's a lot of subconscious politics going on. It's a lot of scamming going on. It's a lot of exaggeration going on. A lot of undisciplined niggas out here going on. You know what I mean? And from one disciplined person to the next, if you are that, we have an understanding that we don't fear and we don't take seriously undisciplined niggas. We don't do that around here. If I sense that you are off your rocker, you're malignant, like you're just undisciplined as guy, like or person or woman, doesn't matter who you is, I'm not going to take you seriously. There's nothing I need to learn from you. I said this before. There's nothing I need to learn from you. There's nothing I need to get from you unless you owe me something. That's it. The strict thing that I follow, that's life for me. You know what I mean? I live that. I breathe that. I shit that. You know what I'm saying? I consume that on a daily basis. I don't need to be dealing with undisciplined people. I don't take your threat seriously. I don't care what happens to who gives a damn. I don't give a damn. But it's funny, and that's why we need to talk about it today. So, you see the debates, and you see different factions within this whole conscious thing, and they butt heads a lot. They're up here making YouTube videos about each other. They're sitting here debating information. They say my ideology is better than your ideology because your ideology is fake and it's not real and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Funny shit. It's comical. It's entertaining. It's up there with Jerry Springer and them wrestling. You know what I mean? It's scripted pump fakes. You know what I mean? Scripted pump fakes. Now, like I said, I've made memes and stuff. I made all types of shit about people who get mad when I say stuff that contradicts who they've been dick riding. They've been on that dick ride with that person, and my information conflicts with that person's information. So you're mad at me, or you get upset with me, or you have an issue that you email me, inbox me, and leave comments. And I'm like, hey, do what thou will. Do what you want to do. But don't expect me to take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because with this discipline, that's the only, again, fear nothing except the lack of that discipline. That's it. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do with that, all this other frivolous, all this debris in the wind, it can be just slapped away. Like it's nothing. You know what I mean? So if I say make videos and content that gets you so fucking upset that you gotta threaten me over social media with my wife and my family members, you are severely out of pocket and shall be dealt with accordingly. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I'm not gonna sit here and try to hunt you down in real life. Like, again, we'll deal with you if you try anything, whether we're talking about physically or you try to do some little spell work, you try to do some spiritual hexing and cursing. We'll deal with you like that too. You know what I'm saying? We'll deal with you like that. But first, like I said, we'll see if anything you do gets through. Like if I feel that you're doing something on that level, then I'll get back at you. You know what I'm saying? But until then, it's like we disciplined up over here. We stick to a regimen. That regimen is life. Now, what I won't be doing is going outside of my daily regimen to deal with you. You just something to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Up until I know you do something for real, you just something to laugh at. You're the butt of a joke. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get in your ass. You're the butt of the joke, and we're gonna get in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Not literally. I don't do that literally, but I'm just saying, like, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Because again, I'm not sitting here denying the fact that I be clowning. I clown a lot. It's fun. It's hip. You know what I'm saying? It's what's in. Because you think I'm gonna take a lot of y'all conscious community niggas seriously? You think it's insulting to me that you want me to take you seriously? It's insulting. You know what I'm saying? It's an irritant. It's like a mosquito or like a gnat at a barbecue, like Martin Lawrence said. It's like a gnat at a fuck. It's like I'm not going out my way to do something to hurt you, but I will swat your ass away for being in my face. You know what I mean? And this isn't about talking tough because again, you're sending threats to me with your thumbs. You type that up with your who's taking things seriously with people who type shit up with their thumbs. You know what I mean? Like you want me to take your dumb ass seriously? Come on, man. What the fuck? What are we doing here? And this is going to be profanity laced because profanity gives the intensity and makes it funnier. So let me tell you where this whole black consciousness even kind of really started. It kind of started with this shit here. This black consciousness movement from the South African anti-apartheid movement that began in the late 60s. So the first mention of a consciousness movement, a conscious community, a consciousness group or consciousness organization, it kind of really starts over here. Because I know at this time you had the civil rights, you had the some black liberation stuff. I think that was more like the 70s though. I know the Panthers were active in the late 60s, I believe. I could be wrong. Early 70s, it could be that. But this is where we're first introduced to the word consciousness as part of some sort of movement or group or some sort of collaboration between black people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? With this guy Stephen Biko, and you want to watch the movie Cry Freedom. It has Denzel Washington. He plays Steve Biko in the movie. It's an excellent movie. You know what I'm saying? I love that movie. I gotta watch it again. You know what I'm saying? And it was basically, radical anti-government activism. Now, fast forward, what was like 60 years later, maybe going on 60 years. So, what has it become now? Like, is consciousness communities and all is it the same as it was back in the 60s? Because these people were against this whole anti or this whole apartheid thing in South America, or excuse me, not South America, South Africa. The apartheid where they had that whole, you had some invaders from Europe, some Dutch people, Afrikaans with the two A's in there. So you had them kind of like coming into South Africa and trying to like colonize it and separate the blacks from everybody else and do all that red line and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because apartheid isn't really something, that's a problem unless like I said, there's people in here trying to move you out of your own land or move you out of your own space or whatever. Then that becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to assimilate and integrate with somebody and then they be like, oh, we want to do the apartheid on you, we want to be away from you. You know what I'm saying? Because apartheid literally means apart. You know what I'm saying? Aparthood, like you're trying to separate yourself, but you're in my land trying to separate you from yourself from me. Won't you just leave? Go back to where you came from. But the point of me bringing this up is that, nowadays, this is what we have. This is what we have. We got Black Lives Matter, right? We got we had this in the 70s, the Black Panther Party. And then we got stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff like that. So whatever this was, boom, this is what it became. Bang. It became a caricature of its former self. Now, the other important thing about this is that it's African. You know what I mean? That is African. Now, No disrespect to Africans, no disrespect to anybody basing their beliefs or religious system on something African. No, 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 no. That's not the point. The point is, it's something that came from another part of the world that came over to us. So now you have people over here, like, in the 80s or 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on and so forth. They're trying to emulate this in the Africans. Keep trying to emulate Africa. Emulate Africa. Africa, yeah. A little way, a little way, a little way, Africa. While ignoring what their history is or their roots here in the Americas. So you're going to sit here, abandon your American heritage to go do some African stuff. Again, I'm not against you, and I'm not here to, bash you for it. But do understand that this is still foreign invasion. Now, you do have people that are from Africa that assimilated over here. You have people that are from America, and they also have African blood in them. Obviously, you have a mixture. Obviously, right? But I'm speaking from a perspective where this is where I was born and raised physically. We're talking about the physics now. I was born and raised physically here in the Americas. My roots go back here in the Americas. So trying to adopt some sort of African flavor or some sort of African shit, it's like I'm kind of stepping on the toes and the feet of my ancestors here. You know what I mean? Now, if I do have any type of African ancestor, like someone that actually came from that continent, then I'll recognize it. I'll deal with it. But I know it dominates here in America. I'm from America. We're American over here. You know what I'm saying? We're indigenous to this land, whether you want to call us Moors or not. It's getting more and more obvious. People are coming out with the information. The books are coming out here. It's obvious now. But that's besides the point. The point is, what this was has now become this. And I wouldn't say disappointed about it. I'm just, a little, most of the time I'm not that annoyed about it. But like I said, when we get to a point where people in this whole community, or if they are part of some African tradition or religion, and they're sitting here making threats over social media messages, that's where it becomes a problem. That's where it has devolved, where you sitting here trying to be like a gang member on some social media shit. And we know about the social media gangbangers in the YouTube revolutionary. We already did stuff on that. Go to watch my video about the subconscious politics of the conscious community. Hell, you even got fake organizations. I ain't going to say fake. I'm going to say accommodationist organizations. Corporatized conscious community in the form of this BLM, where they collected money from people who actually wanted to donate to the cause. And now you got people sitting here taking the money for themselves, buying mansions and cars and crystals with my motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about they starting up schools. They trying to have schools for black boys, and we haven't seen anything yet over decades of time. That's what it has devolved into. You know what I'm saying? That's what it has devolved into. It's a joke to me now. So is it any wonder why I be clowning on it? Why I be doing the clown shit in this shit? I make fun of this shit every chance I get. Because perhaps me making fun of it, or me, adding some comedic timings to it, comedic calamities, if that's what you want to call it, comedic clashes, perhaps you'll understand that, it's not just a joke. There's something beneath the joke that I'm also trying to address. You're looking at the humor, but there's also some sort of other type of message in the humor. You know what I'm saying? If I'm making fun of Black Lives Matter, it's usually because, it's to take a critical look at how something like this ever rose up in prominence in the get-go. You know what I'm saying? How did we get here where our movements have now been, turned into corporatized money grabs? And our desire to help our black boys have become, just another money grab. You know what I'm saying? Because that's an automatic death warrant, ain't it? You give somebody some money and they don't pay you back, or not pay you back. They don't give you what you asked them or what you paid for. You know what I'm saying? If I gave you $1,800 for something and you didn't deliver on what I gave you the money for, you're the crook, and justice shall be sent to you. You know what I'm saying? Justice shall be meted out to you for that. I don't care how tough you want to look, how tough you want to talk. I don't give a fuck about any of that. You just play with somebody's money like that. You didn't honor your other end of the deal. You are clearly in the wrong. You are out of line. You are out of pocket. And we need a wallet chain on you to keep you close by. You out of pocket ass, you know what I'm saying? Male or female, dark skin or light skinned, West Coast, East Coast, from here in the United States or over there in Africa. Don't give a fuck. You hear the stories, 70,000, 80,000, 60, 50,000, just jipping people. Justice will come for you. What you think you're going to evade it? You going to get whatever's coming to you. And I ain't even trying to speak in terms of karma. It's because the issue is you're going to keep trying to jip other people. You're going to jip the wrong person. And that's your ass. That's going to be your ass, young fella. Big sis. Little sis. I'm the only one on Instagram that get away with calling older women little sis. So, they love me. It's all right. It's all good. You get these images that look inspirational. You got a book phone. You know what I'm saying? You got books. You got the fist up. You know what I'm saying? Black, beautiful faces. Look at it. It's beautiful, ain't it? It's wonderful. It's glorious. The way the ancient Egyptians used to look, the ancient Nubians, the Ethiopians used to look just like that, young fella. Little sis. But it has become a sham. It has become a veneer. It has become gloss. It's gloss. Because wipe away the gloss and you're going to see all the nasty shit up under that. You ever see somebody with fucked up lips with gloss on their lips or lipstick or something like that? It's not a pretty sight. It looks shiny. It looks glistening, but they got fucked up lips. They got herpes. I don't know. Hurt monsters out here. Wear your condoms or something. Your conscious condoms. I don't know what a conscious condom would be. I guess it's like free range lambskin. The lambs were raised on green pastures and fed grass instead of corn and soybean, and so the skin is like natural. It's grass fed lambskin condom. That's a conscious condom right there. Don't take my idea. But this is beautiful, and beautiful black peoples listening to their favorite conscious speaker preach on about white people and abortion clinics and saving the black boys from the prison of what's it called? They had a alliteration scheme with that. What was it? Prison to pipeline or pipe. Well, I forgot what they call it. Prison pipeline system, where they set the kids up to be prisoners to go to jail. The conspiracy. I just did a whole review of what's the movie called? They cloned Tyrone. The school to prison pipeline. There we go. Look at these beautiful black people. Look at them. Black women, free yourself. Look at that. You seen when they painted Black Lives Matter on the Washington, D.C. street? You saw that. You remember that? Yeah, the school to prison pipeline. There we go. All the while, this nigga sitting here taking your money. He get mad at you for asking about a school. Come on, man. Your days are numbered. You fucking with people money. Again, if I paid you $1,800 and you did not deliver on that, you are out. You are out of pocket, and we're going to find some way to put you back in it. That's it. Everybody ain't going to sit here and let you do that. You thought you got over? No, I'm gonna get under. Watch your next step. Landmine, kaboom. You know what I'm saying? What's another thing that has been causing problems? Here, we even deal with this. You see this? Now here's my whole thing, because I'm in, we deal with the occult around here. Now, I want to respect you as a person, first and foremost. You're going to get respect from me first and foremost right out the door. There's no need to disrespect you. Now, if you're trying to ask for more respect out of that, I can't oblige that. I can't get down with that. I can't give more than what I can give. I'm going to respect you as a man if you're a man. I'm going to respect you as a woman if you're a woman. But that's all the fuck you going to get. You can't get any more from me out of that. Because I have no rulers and I have no subjects. I have students. I learn from other people, but I'm not. I have no master, and I am the master of no one. So if you're going to sit here and set up this type of feminism where someone's supposed to bow down to you and supposed to call you queen, like you rule my kingdom or something like that, nah, you're not getting that out of me. And I don't care how mad you get. I don't care how toxic you think I am. Toxic sacred masculine. Ever heard of it? It's toxic and it's sacred. You didn't know toxic things could be sacred? You didn't know that? Every rose has its thorns. Some of the brightest snakes in the water and on the ground is some of the most poisonous snakes. They look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But if you're expecting something out of me other than just normal respect, kiss my motherfucking dick. Ooh, I was about to sit here and be vulgar, more vulgar than I was trying to be. Because if you think that I'm going to worship another human, an undisciplined female human, you must be out your rabbit ass mind. Your rabbit ass, as if a rabid dog bit you. You must be a rabbit ass mind. You think you're going to get any more respect than that? You got beef with patriarchy? Cool. Do your thing. But I don't rule over you. You don't listen to me anyway. Talking about something down with patriarchy. Patriarchy is your problem. It's not. Hey, I'm not oppressing you. I have no masters, and I don't master over anybody else. Unless this is some BDSM shit, and you let me know if you're into that. But outside of that, no. Oh shit, he said, oh, whoa, whoa, oh. My man said, Rakizi said it's the same, right? You got, see, when y'all have these names, y'all gotta, you gotta tell me like how the pronunciation. So, because I don't want to offend you, because then if I offend you by saying your name wrong, you don't want to watch my shit no more. But anyway, I'm just playing with you. I'm still waiting 2 years for an herb pack and $100 book. Oh shit. That's crazy. The book was $100? Oh, $100 book. It better be something special, because I sell my book for like, what I'm saying, you can get the book, the autographed copy of this book. Hold on, let me make my screen bigger. You're gonna see my book, god damn it. Hold on. $50, where you get the autographed book, 450 pages. You know what I'm saying? Autographed copy, and you get the ebook via email for $50. So $100 book, and this, like I said, we dealing with the Holography Unified Theorem, like a new like viewpoint of how to combine all the sciences as one. $50. Now, if you're selling that shit for your book for $100, it better be something special, or it better be some information that I can't get anywhere else online. Because that's the point of my book, is that I'm introduced the point of, because this is a tedious process to write a book. You know what I'm saying? Very tedious process. Very tedious. It takes the time. You gotta take your time with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't just rush through and write shit. Like, it's gonna come out at low quality. It took me some months, like a whole year, to write my book. You know what I mean? You don't just rush through that. But the reason why I even chose to write it is because I'm introducing something new that I feel is new, or at least forgotten, because there's nothing new under the sun. Something that's forgotten, and I'm reintroducing it back to the public who is interested in it, or the community that will be interested in it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm publishing a new find for the most part. But if you up here trying to sell a book that it has information in it that I can just go and do a Google search on your shit, I don't think I want to pay for your $100 book. If you're not bringing something, I ain't, you know what I mean? Hell, at least give me a motherfucking sample first, which I do provide a sample for my book at holographer.com. So you get to read like the first chapter. And also, if you are on Kindle, they give you a whole big ass sample. They give you like 4 chapters of my book before you want to buy it. So you got 4 chapters in, you can really make a decision on whether you want to, go ahead and buy the whole book. But that's besides the point. But this whole thing, this whole thing, that whole thing, this whole thing. I'm all about sisterhood. Save your sisters, keep your sisters, teach your sisters hygiene. Because that's the problem out here. If you're going to be feminist, come up with some hygiene protocols. You know what I'm saying? Simple stuff like that. Instead of sitting here trying to fight your male reflection in me or whoever, that look like me. Because that ain't sisterhood. That's a group of angry women grouped together to go up against who they think is oppressing them. And I'm like, how can you oppress somebody when you get to choose what you want to do? Now, somebody coming at your neck or trying to attack you and all that, that's a different grade. But also at the same time, if no one's holding you back of you making your own decisions, you're not oppressed. Because there are women who don't have problems with men. They don't have this issue. So what I like to call this group, if they're on that bullshit, I like to call them daddy issues community. So if you have 2 or more women with daddy issues, you can create a feminist movement. But that's besides the point. I'm not here to focus on them, and this ain't nothing where, we're attacking women. No, don't misconstrue what we're doing here. We're talking about the whole Black consciousness as a total unit. As a total aggressive unit, you know what I mean? Because if you're going to call me a clown in this shit, well, and you trying to be insulting about it, I am willingly being a clown. And it has to be that way. See, sacred clownhood is all about showing people that are in the know or doing ridiculous things their own ridiculousness. So if I say I'm Black absurdist, I'm showing this absurdism that I'm seeing out here, and I'm presenting it in a funny way. I'm just a conduit of that absurdity. That's it. I didn't create the absurdity. I'm just here to report on it. I'm just here to make fun of it. Eating broccoli and shit. You got people out here trying to force their diet on you, like you somehow sinning if you're not eating the same way that they eat. You know what I mean? Be eating meat for centuries, millennia. But soon as some outsider comes with some diet that ain't even natural to your blood, and now you think you're above and smarter than everybody else in the realm of nutrition and health. Y'all gotta stop that shit. It makes me laugh, but you gotta stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ridiculous. They got the little thing painted on their eye. He don't know nothing. He probably don't know nothing about that for real. He probably ain't even initiated into anything that would tell him the actual esoteric meaning behind the eye. But I ain't hating on him. No, it's just when you have movies that make fun of it, like this movie here, CB4. Watch it. It got Chris Rock in it, Alan Payne, him in it. You know what I'm saying? They got Charlie Murphy, the late Charlie Murphy, in there as MC Gusto. No, not MC Gusto. He's Gusto, because Chris Rock's character is kind of like emulating a real gangster in the movie because he's from the suburbs in the movie. But when you have movies that have already made fun of this movement already, like something like this, and they make movies and shows where they make fun of everything we do in this consciousness thing. And this is all the way back in the early 90s when they made this. It's just like the other movie, Don't Be a Menace, the South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And they had the what's his name? What's his name? With the glasses. He said, "Oh, I'm a magnesia." You know what I'm saying? All he wanted was the white woman. He ain't want no black woman. He was dressed just like he was all African, the kente cloth, the shiki, the cowrie shells. He had all that on. But he wanted that white milk or pale milk of magnesia. He ain't want no sister. You know what I mean? So that's what I make fun of. I don't care what group you in. You could be in your little African religion. If I see absurdity and silly shit and goofy shit, I gotta make fun of it. It's fair game at that point. You can't get mad at me. What you getting mad at me for? What you threatening me for, nigga? Really? So you doing absurd shit, and I ain't nobody supposed to say nothing about it. Ain't nobody supposed to call you out on it. You wild as hell. You rabbit in the mind. You got bit by a rabid animal. You know what I'm saying? You wilding. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's colorful. It's bold. It's brilliant. Bold, brilliant, and any B word that you can put on top of that. Brave. There we go. Bona fide. No, it ain't bona fide because, like I said, you can have all these people doing this, but you don't know what they do behind closed doors either. You feel me? You got little cafes and co-ops. You know what I mean? Oh, you can't see it with the. Well, this over here, you can see it over here. You know what I mean? A little conscious cafe. You know what I mean? Gluten-free kale cake or something like that. I know somebody done made a kale cake before. They said, what can we make with a dessert? What can we turn kale into a dessert? Kale pound cake out this motherfucker. You got that out of here. Y'all be out here wilding and then get mad when somebody says something about it. Out here wilding. I can see a lack of discipline. And as a disciplinarian, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to call it out. Well, I don't necessarily got to sit here and say, just make videos on it all day. But like I said, I'm seeing it and you're going to get called out for it. And I ain't got to say no names because I'm not here to promote you. I'll say your name for it. Promoting you and my shit. Because that's what a lot of little goofy motherfuckers do when they want to get their name out there. They'll try to come for you in the comments and so they can get attention. Like they'll aim for somebody who has like a, consider, you don't even gotta have that much followers or subscribers, but that's what they try to do. So they, the attention can be drawn over to them. So it's less about trying to teach and knowledge, and it's more about, collecting followers and getting envious of people who have more followers and subscribers than you. I'm glad that my subscriber count went down. I'm glad that my viewer count went down, because it lets me know that I'm connecting with those who really want to learn what I want to say. I don't want no, halftime student. If you want to learn this stuff, then you take it that far to come learn it. You're just gonna breeze over what I'm gonna share. I want to deal with people who really want to deal with what I got. See, we're not here to save the world. We're not here to crusade and get all black people on board. Think about the Black Star Line with Marcus Garvey. You think his boat was big enough to have every black person in America on it? No. And then your movement just gets co-opted, so now you got people in, wheelchairs, and people ain't even black like that. You know what I'm saying? They co-opt your movement. That Black Lives Matter is a co-opted thing. It's taking a conscious community and turning it into a product or something that someone can donate to so they can get the money out of it. And they send all agents and provocateurs and saboteurs into this shit. Look at this stuff. Talking about some diversity and intersectionality and all that stuff. Like, what is that? Nobody in our could be like, that sound like something corporate. That sound like some organization backed by a billionaire that's trying to social engineer things. That's what it sounds like to me. Because me coming into this stuff like in 2012, 2013, this is beautiful to me. I felt I was in heaven. I went to my first Black consciousness speak lecture. They pulled out the djembes, the drums, and they was doing barefoot dances. You know what I mean? Had the ankhs on. It smelled like Egyptian musk as soon as you get up in there. They got vendors selling, kale pound cake. It's like, no, it was selling pound. I'm just joking. A conscious food. You know what I'm saying? Spirulina juice pop or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. A little, little candy bar with the spirulina in it. Something like that. And I was taken in. I was like, yeah, man, I'm with my black people. I'm with my sisters and my brothers. Got people making songs. All that stuff, man. Just to be gypped. To be scammed out of your money. You know what I'm saying? Ultimate level of disrespect. Gonna scam me out of my money and think that I'm gonna respect you after that? You deserve to have your head stumped into the pavement. You don't play with people money like that. Don't play with people money like that. That's hard-earned money. You don't know what they did for that money. You don't know who they inherit. You don't know none of that. See, this is what it was in the 60s. It's Stephen Biko. He was like the prominent figure of that Black consciousness movement. A lot of people don't talk about this. You know what I'm saying? This was back in South Africa in the 60s. This is what it originally was. They was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they were trying to get rid of or stand up to these people coming from Europe to try to control their land. Nowadays, I can't say the same. 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 I cannot say the same. And these are the heroes, your Malcolm X's, your Kwame Nkrumah, your Kenneth Kaunda. Here's the tenets. You think people right now is following behind these tenets? It started out as an attitude of the mind rather than a political movement. It defined Black as all of those oppressed by apartheid, aimed to raise Black confidence to bring out liberation, promote pride in Black identity, culture, and history, challenge white liberals. So they knew about white liberals even back then, because that's the type of racism that it ain't in your face. It's more surreptitious. You know what I mean? It ain't that Southern Ku Klux Klan racism. It's that next door get out neoliberal racism, where they act like they're your friend, and promoted Black unity. So are any of these tenets still alive here? And I'm not saying it's not, but I don't be seeing it. Seems like a lot of infighting and money grabbing to me. But this ain't nothing new to you. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. It's just, me, I had to come out here and just really kind of talk about this stuff. Because how do we go from that to somebody who looked like me wanting to take my life? You know what I'm saying? And telling me they want to take my life away from me and my kids over Instagram inboxing. I'm still laughing on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I'm still entertained by it. My Black people. My Black people. Black Consciousness, a love story. What's this, a book or a documentary? You know what I mean? What's going on out here? What's going on, man? Tell me something. Touching on the kids? They out here touching on the kids. And y'all still sitting here listening to these niggas speak. But I always think about stuff like that, and I'm like, if you attracted to that, you probably been abused too. And it's like y'all just come together and it look conscious, but it's just a cesspool, a septic tank, a cesspool of you know acting woke, acting conscious, acting like you for the people, but y'all really just there to kind of delve deeper into your trauma, your sexual trauma. Because if you got a whole motherfucking compound on an island outside of the United States, ain't nobody make you get on that plane to go over there to that island. Who made you do it? Nobody made you do it. You, in your own volition, of your own will, you went out there. You paid that money on that plane ride and took your ass out there. So you can't blame the little cult leader on the island for his crimes. No, you can blame him for his crimes, but you can't sit here and say the nigga made you come over there. You came out there on your own accord. Thought y'all was gonna live off the grid, didn't y'all? That off the grid shit comes with some tragedies, don't it? Needs to be on Instagram Live having men rub their feet. You a man, but you got a Instagram Live where you letting other men rub your feet. That's crazy. Hell, it's a problem with the women doing it. But like I said, you putting all the blame on the cult leader. It's like, no, they came down here to do that. You came down there to rub sun feet. Keep it real. That's what you get. You came there to do, even if it's on a subliminal level. Because on the surface, it's like, oh, I'm there to be off the grid and eat the real bananas, not the bananas from Walmart, the small bananas with the big seeds in them. I'm there. I'm down there to do that. I'm there to be free, take my clothes off, let my titties show, let my balls hang out. You thought it was gonna be paradise. That ain't paradise. That's a sexual abuse cult. What is you talking about? Sex abuse cult. There's one that rises every decade. If one falls, one takes its place in the next decade. They've been doing this shit for years, for decades, for centuries. Sex abuse cult. Pimping. My man's was pimping. He was pimping. He was pimping conscious hoes. You ever seen a conscious hoe get pimped? It's the funniest thing ever. Because they still got the head wrap on and they look dignified, but they just hoeing. So it's like, oh shit. Oh, I didn't even know you could combine those two. That's crazy. That is out of pocket. That is wild. Conscious pimping, bro. And I'm gonna give you a hint as to if you the conscious hoe, they always got like goddess in their name, in their Instagram name. So it's like, Nubian goddess or a Mexican goddess or Egyptian goddess or so it has to have goddess or queen or empress in it. That's how you know. I ain't gonna say that's the only factor, but it's some most of the times they have goddess in the Instagram tag or something like that. Or that's their conscious community stage name. Don't ask me how I know. It's just experience, man. I see it. I've seen it for a decade now. Don't ask me how I know. Don't even ask. Touching on the babies or whatnot, man. Oh, and the conscious simping. Oh my. Oh, that's the biggest fucking crime yet. One of them. Conscious simping. Ah, because I showed you before about the black feminism, right? So you got a bunch of black simping, conscious simps that feed into this propaganda. They feed into it. They gobble it right out the woman's palm. I'm not about to worship no human, especially you undisciplined. You ain't like, come on, man. You just another human. Don't worship humans, man. You're gonna get mad at me because I don't worship you. The simping though, man. Oh my lord. You got dudes out here. The professional hoes, they're not conscious, professional hoes. They call you out and then you run right to them. So you got taken advantage of by a conscious whore, conscious stripper. You got taken advantage of. And then you blaming that as the reason why your school ain't popping. It's a joke, man. Laugh with me. Laugh with me. Come on, son. Come on, love. Laugh. Why aren't you laughing? Why so dead ass, B? You should be laughing right now. Very artistic. Look at this, man. Look at this. Probably the first images I seen when I came into this community thing. What black pride? You know what I'm saying? Ain't never been to Africa, but that looks prideful. That looks like, I want to be a part of that. Don't it look like that? The fist with the African Haile Selassie colors and the fist or whatever. You should be laughing with me right now. Ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? What's going on in here? Let's see what Steve Biko got to say. He said, Black consciousness is an attitude of the mind and a way of life, the most positive call to emanate from the black world for a long time. So it sounds like good intentions, but we don't know the dark side. Ooh, the dark side. We won't know the underworld. You know what I mean? Hope he wasn't no simp. And for those of you that don't know what a simp is a man who does everything for a woman, no matter what the woman is telling him to do. He doesn't have a backbone. He doesn't have respect for himself, and it's usually all for the pursuit of pussy. You know what I'm saying? You spend all types of money and give them all types of gifts, and a lot of women have learned to take advantage of men like that. So the whole thing of, oh, I'm going to go out with a date with him because I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's the woman thinking. I'm hungry. What simp can I in my phone can I get to take me out to dinner? I eat his food, spend his money, and then I'm done with him to the next time that she want to eat food. Some of y'all names in some of these women's phones is bill pay or food. That's your name because when we hit you up, that's all she going to get. That's all she want from you is you to take her out to eat. And that's it. You're not going to get no sex. You ain't going to get no play. You're not going to get no commitment. So that's what a simp is. So you see the conscious ones all decorated all around this motherfucker. Sitting here calling, women's as gods and, all this bullshit. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't worship no one. I don't give a fuck who you is, what you do, or what you look like. I don't worship you. But then on the other hand, you got a lot of niggas that beat on women. So now I gotta side with the women with this one because you got a lot of these dudes that be on this conscious stuff, but they really just bitches in disguise. They beat on women. Hit a man, motherfucker. You beating on the joint like that, hit a man. Hit a man. Yeah, beat on no women just to feel like I'm somebody or I'm tough or I'm to be respected. Get the fuck out of here, man. Hell, I don't even mean like dealing with a lot of them. I just, hey, opt out. Learn to opt out. You know what I'm saying? When you see bullshit like this, opt out. Just go about your business. It's worth sitting here like sitting here going back and forth on the inbox about what you gonna do to me. That shit is hilarious. That shit is funny as fuck. It's hilarious to me. Up until it's not, and that's when I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm done with you. You was entertaining for a minute, and then I just going about my business. Yeah, conscious nigga entertainment. That's what it is now. Conscious nigga entertainment. That's what it look like. Don't it look like that? See it? Conscious nigga entertainment. One of them got dreads. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not to say you couldn't have dreads or locks or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, go ahead with that conscious nigga entertainment. You know what I mean? Go ahead with that, man. Oh, and then when this shit came out in the movie theaters, oh my lord. You see the goofy. I ain't gonna say goofy because I like being goofy. I don't look at that as an insult. What's another word for it? Absurd. The absurdity of when people went to go see this movie, like it was like it was a black event, like it was something for black people around the world by a racist company like Disney. And all the black people go to the movie theater in kente cloths, dashikis, all types of African garb. And ain't none of that from that Disney movie, because I heard it made over $1 billion. None of that movie was funneled back into the black conscious or any black community anywhere. We were the laughing stock of the world when Black Panther came out. Let me tell you, laughing stock. Then you had like these black feminist women. Sorry to keep going back to them, but they were sitting up here getting mad because white people came to see them. Like, nigga, this is a white corporation. Like, what you mean? They could come see the movie. And I don't. Hey, if you're a little white boy out here watching this, it's okay for your hero to be a black man. It's okay. You all right, man. If you like T'Challa, that's your hero. Go see the movie. Don't let no black feminists try to stop you from seeing something that's a part of the bigger MCU. You know what I mean? He was acting a fool when this movie came out. Like it was some sort of liberation of black people because of this movie. Everything in here propaganda. Straight up and down, back and forth, side to side, diagonal to diagonal. And I guess because they had a black director, that made it. That was the ice. That was the cherry on top of the pie. You know what I mean? Or in the pie, however that saying goes. Icing on the cake, whatever. Sprinkles on top. Come on, man. Y'all wilding out here. It looked black, but it ain't black. What you talking about? So for a lot of y'all, it has to look black for you to co-sign it or you get on board. That's all it takes. A Disney company, Marvel, which was run by Jewish people, and they created the whole Black Panther character. You know what I'm saying? It was almost as if Kwanzaa came back. You know, Kwanzaa be coming around Christmas time. It's almost like it was Kwanzaa all over again when this movie came out. But getting back to the black conscious men that beat up on women and all that, the black spiritual men, the black African religion men that beat on women and stuff like that. Those dickless pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't deal with they childhood traumas, man. They ain't make no progress forward yet. Made no progress with their trauma at all. So you think it's sweet because he got the little kufi hat on. You know what I'm saying? You know that little it's the you got the kente hat. It's a kente hat. He had a little kente hat on. But when you flew all the way across the United States to come live with this nigga, now he beating on you. now you a hostage. You a hostage in this nigga home. That's crazy. You a conscious hostage. How you gonna be a conscious hostage? It's a y'all deserve each other. A conscious wife, a woman beater, conscious woman beater, and a conscious hostage. Y'all go together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go together. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. So I can say that I still deal with some feelings of disillusionment. I still do. I ain't gonna lie. Because when you disillusion with some, it's like, you thought it was one way and it turned out to be some shit. It's turned out to be some bullshit. And you can get disillusioned by that. You know what I'm saying? And for all y'all that love following behind Indian gurus, Y'all need to start watching them documentaries on just start with the documentaries on Netflix. The one about Osho and the other one about Bikram yoga. Bunch of drug sexual offenders, rapists. But y'all getting y'all spiritual Hindu Indian information from them and shit. All they gotta do is come over here and act like they know yoga and say some yoga shit. And y'all a disciple for life. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. He got a little head wrap and a long white beard, and he doing like this in instant Indian style, telling you what spirituality is. So I love the Hotep memes because they're hilarious, but they also reflect that we let people who didn't grow up around other black people and black culture disrespect and denigrate black consciousness and become gatekeepers and thought leaders. LOL, shaking my head. Hey, it's fair game. It's fair game because I'm pretty sure someone who was claiming to be woke, Hotepi, and Egyptian and all that, they was really a woman beater. There was really a scam artist. There was really a prisoner that was let out of jail to be used as a fucking infiltrating agent. So I think it's warranted. So you get mad at somebody calling you a hotep, then you're gonna have to just live with that, my love. You're gonna have to live with that, bro. Sitting up here dealing with little boys' booty holes and shit, and think somebody's supposed to respect you after that. You deserve all the fucking all the ridicule. You deserve it. You know what I mean? He said they were knocking chicks back. What you mean by that, Robert? What you mean by that? Explain that. He said, and a simple on the side. Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Because it's people that from my neighborhood, like from where I live at, they still kind of consider me all this shit. I'm really beyond all this shit here, but they still look at me as this hotep. And I'm like, I'm so far removed. I'm not gonna sit here and say that like I don't still deal with the same type of stuff, but I don't beat women. I don't sit here and fondle little boys' booty. I don't do that. Zulu Nation. What's up with that? A whole nation of hip hoppers need to explain this whole underground same sex abuse shit. Like you gotta deal with that. You destroyed a whole legacy because you wanted to be a pervert. You a woke pervert. A woke pedophile. How is that? Can't defend from that. People have a right to be disillusioned by you. Because a lot of y'all that's in this conscious community think you're very condescending. You think you're better than people because you know some little woke black stuff. And I had to catch myself doing that too. So I ain't even exempt from it, from back in the day, because I think I was acting like that. I thought I was acting better than other people because I'm wearing the dashikis and the kufis and shit, and saying and they felt some type of way about it. So they have every right to sit here and clown us, and I'm going to clown motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a clown fest. I'm gonna be the first one with the conscious clown fest. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Comic Con. It's a convention where we just make fun of all this conscious community shit. Hand out woke balloon animals. You know what I'm saying? Vegan cotton candy. Fat free water. You know what I mean? Vegan ribs, whatever the fuck vegan ribs is. Niggas vegans out here making vegetable products make it look like meat. Nigga, just eat the meat. Impossible burgers and shit. Seen a documentary on Impossible Burgers. I wouldn't put that in my mouth if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Because see, a lot of these corporations be having like excess soybeans and excess corn, so they find new ways to shape the corn into something. So why not make meat out of the corn? But it'd be cancerous, it'd be toxic. Like, come on, man. And you out here promoting it over regular meat. And I'm like, nah, I think I'll stick with the regular meat. If I'm gonna be a carnivore, I'm gonna be a carnivore to the best of my ability. We're not about to sit here and switch over to impossible, shit look like fucking what's that Nickelodeon shit? What's that shit that I don't know? Is they say they got so many crazy names for that gook or whatever the fuck it is. And you eating the damn impossible burger thinking that you high and mighty above people who eat meat. And then you got black revolutionaries who think they're really doing something out here now. You're on an old paradigm of how to overthrow the government. You dealing with some shit from the 80s. They already mapped your shit out. Why is you still on that pattern of activity? You're not even a threat anymore if you still on that. They already figured out how to oppress and suppress that shit or to disband it, destroy it. They know how to destroy that organization now. Not no threat anymore like that. That's not revolution anymore. That's just like if we came out with, spears and then they came out with automatic machine guns and you still trying to fight these niggas with the spears. Your spears are no good against these automatic machine guns. Unless your spear shoots out, what I'm saying, artillery of that same speed. Because they try to do that with Wakanda and shit. They had the spears with the little blast on the top of them. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Oh my lord. So we clearly went off track of what Steve Biko laid down for us. I'm sitting here like and I put so much criticism onto this shit because I used to be it. I was all into this, man. I was doing it, man. I was out here with the kufi on, man, and the dashiki, man. Trying to save my beautiful black brothers and sisters. You got Moors up here selling the nationality kit for $7,500. Like, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. Nationality shouldn't be expensive, man. I'm your black brother or Moorish brother. You gonna sit here and try to extort, like, you know what I mean? You trying to get me for that much money for some forms that we don't even know work with the system you trying to submit them to? I submitted those documents to the whole the Department of Treasury. I did that. I don't know if it worked. I don't know. It did. I guess you're just supposed to put them on notice that you're changing your nationality and shit. You got to mail all these fucking forms everywhere. I did that. That was like back in like what 2000 13 when I did that. So that was a decade ago when I did that. That was a decade ago. Understanding black consciousness, you don't know what you're talking about. Talking about you spiritual. I don't even know what spiritual even means. Shut up, sit down. Because it's a lot of superficial people in this thing where it's like, you can have a dialogue with them or talk to them, and you can tell that they don't really know anything beyond the buzzwords and the, saying the garb. They don't know nothing beyond that. So it's like a phase. I consider my conscious thing. It was a phase I went through. The phase is over. You know what I'm saying? I just deal with alchemy now, for the most part. He said, "Did you submit your school transcripts to get a monthly check?" LOL, that's what somebody tried to get me to do. How much did they charge you for that? Tell me how much they charge you for that. Exorbitant fees for nationality. And like I said, like even this goes all the way back to the Obia thing too, like the Obai thing. Like people, it's a lot of people. Like I said, man, you can claim whatever you're gonna claim. I know what I do every day. You know what I'm saying? I know what I do every day, regardless of what anyone wants to say. Because, like I said, I had people sit up here comment on my YouTube talking about, "Oh, you ain't doing the real." Shut your dumb ass up. You don't know. You see, and you look undisciplined, so you definitely don't know what I do. And that's the point. You don't know who I am off of this camera. I don't know who the fuck you is off of this social media. I don't know. So making these, stupid ass threats over inbox messages is really kind of like, what is this, man? With your thumbs? It's just like what's his name? From the Boondocks. Fun fact: nothing tight with someone's thumbs has ever been important. So he charged you 20, or excuse me, $200 for the forms, and then 1,000 for the whole course. Yeah, he wilding. He bugging. He bugging. Because if I'm gonna charge you that money, that's more like you're giving me money for my time. So if we're doing this something, I'm instructing you over a few weeks or a few months. Yeah, that's the price you need to pay me because that's my time. You're paying me for hours put in and what I'm instructing you on. You know what I mean? In that case, that thousand, that's how it ought to be spent. But just for some forms, nah. So they try to make a hustle off of you and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like I said, I'm just sitting up here, expressing, some grievances. I don't know if you want to call it grievance. Maybe it's just, me trying to be funny, but I did say I was going to be trying to be funny at the beginning of this video. So, how many people are working on their inner work? Because energy literally means inner work. In case you never did the etymology on the word energy, because everybody's talking about vibes and energy. It's like, no, you're not doing the inner work though. We already know that you're not doing that. You ain't gotta sit here and play make believe out this motherfucker. But like I always say, man, use your intuition. Your intuition should be your guide, your guiding light in this whole thing. Here and where other situation you're dealing with. Utilize your intuition. Make sure your intuition is at the forefront of your decision making process because that'll help you discern who's who. Man, I got a funny feeling about this nigga. I'm going to bypass him. She giving me some feminist vibes, and she kind of sounds she don't like she hates her father, and she's taking it out on other men. I'm going to sidestep that, John. I'm gonna go over here. So don't get mad when somebody like him come out here and be like, it's a lot of sellouts and agents in here. A lot of motherfuckers that was in prison for some wild shit and didn't learn a lesson. Because I'm not here to say, oh, just because you went to jail, I'm discriminating against you. It's like, no, you didn't learn your lesson. You need to go back in the can, man, ma'am. Talking about you got woke pussy. What the fuck is woke pussy? What is that? That's what they try to say about Erica Badu. She got woke pussy. So all the rappers that hit it and got a baby out of her, they changed, like, you know what I'm saying? Look it up, look it up. And she was also came out with those incense that smell like her vagina. So I guess that's woke pussy. Like, it's you sell incense and crystals that smell like your vagina. And I got inspired. I just never followed through, but I was going to create some incense that's smell like my nuts after a game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even good at b-ball, but I'll be doing the pump fakes, which is the title of this thing. Pump fakes. I was going to call the instance dick print. Get all the women's to buy it. You know what I'm saying? An incense that smell like my balls. Got my pheromones all in the incense. The line is going to be called dick print. The conscious community has become a religion. Everyone's journey is unique and different. Stop pressuring people to follow your journey. Let everyone flow. Flow, Joe. Like that time of the month. Flow, Joe. Aunt Flo is here. She said, ew. Ew. Better buy my dick print incense. You better buy my incense. Support black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Support black businesses. It's funny niggas say that and their business is like it's janky or it's like they scamming people. Support black business. I have people that are not in the whole conscious scene. They'll say something like, "I try to, support black businesses, but some of those conscious people be trying to jit me, or they too expensive, or they not good business people." I've gotten those complaints. Tell me you don't want dick print sent in your house. You know what I'm saying? Tell me you don't want the dick print in your house. And don't be trying to steal my idea. Well, actually, I kind of stole it from Erica Badu, but she a woman, I'm a man, so it's different. Or the phallus steams, because they had a yoni steam, so I was gonna come out with a phallus steam, like get those energies out of your nuts or off your dick if you have them on your private parts. If you're a man, we need steams too. They ain't never made a you ain't gonna make a lingam steam. You got a yoni steam. What about a lingam steam? You stuck your penis in a raggedy john. It's like you got to steam that sickness off of your genitals. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be a good businessman. You can't be out here trying to scam people or overcharge for your products. Everybody journey is different. Oh, I think do I No, he's somebody else because it's somebody that I was following on Instagram that looked like him, but no, it's not him. But spiritual narcissism versus enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing out here going on out here. That narcissism, but they be trying to throw that narcissism on anybody because it's a lot of people out here that are like, that's a whole nother can of worms where you got people who think they're psychiatrists now. They think they're psychologists and they use these different personality disorders out of context. Like they'll try to call you like a narcissist personality disorder, or they'll say, "Oh, you're a sociopath," or you got histrionic and borderline personality. It's like, nigga, where your license at? Because don't be sitting here diagnosing me with anything. You don't even have a license. And then if you do, I never sat here and signed up for your motherfucking session. So you're not my shrink, and you're not going to be out here labeling me with any type of personality disorder. You know what I mean? You got a lot of them out here like that. And be trying to be woke with it too. It's like, some white men made that up so that they can sit here and try to, put you on medication. Because that's the end goal, right? If you're going to diagnose me with a personality disorder, the goal is to put me on some medication. Remember the school to prison pipeline? How you think those kids get like that? They be sitting here feeding them pills and they only like 9, 10 years old and shit. The Adderalls and shit like that. So when you say you can try to save black boys and then you out here, trying to smash the cookies of a conscious stripper, it's like, we get disillusioned by it. But yeah, don't be letting nobody out here, put some, label on you from the Psychiatric Association of America. You don't let people do that. Fuck is wrong with them? And I've seen it before. People making a comparison between just the Christian church, the black church and conscious community, because you got preachers, you got tides, giving people money, through the whole Cashapp thing. See my Cashapp. I ain't preaching to you, but the Cashapp is there. If I could be scholarly, you could be dollarly. But it has become just another, preaching circuit, lecture preacher circuit. And I ain't mad at you because I want to get involved too. I want to make money by lecturing to people and traveling. That sounds like a good job. Good way to make money. I come to your city and you sit down there for like 6 to 8 hours while I speak on, all types of conscious, occult, esoteric information. Would you sit in a thing for me? Would you sit in the audience for my lecture? Because it used to be somewhere around $10 to $20 to get into a lecture like that. But now they up to like $65, $70. And they even try to charge $60, $70 to watch it on the Ustream or whatever the fuck that's called, where you can live stream the lecture. They even make you pay for that. Like, goddamn, nigga. I'll take advantage of somebody's pockets. And they always hit you with that, oh, well, if this was white people, you spend money with them. How come you can't spend money with your people? If the white man came and did lecture, he said it was $120, you pay that. Oh, this is funny. So everybody's a clone now. They clone Tyrone. They clone this guy too, I guess. Everybody a clone, man. God damn. Everybody's a motherfucking clone. But I'm done, man. I'm already up to 90 minutes. I just wanted to express that shit. This all started again from somebody coming into my inbox and threatened my life and my kids' lives. So they got so fucking heated and enraged at me that they had to threaten me. You know what I'm saying? They had to threaten my life. And that's where the comedy is. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to me. Like, what could I have possibly done where you want to erase me from existence or from this earth, and you supposed to be woke, spiritual, and conscious? You sound stupid. And I hope all the bad things in life happen to you. Like, what was Dave Chappelle, where they had the player hated ball? I said, I hate you. I hate the car you drove in on. I hate the food you eat. I hate you. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and you only. But like I said, man, I'm out here with my business where I sell my own self-published book. So holography, the whole writing of the arts and sciences as one educational discipline, Al Achad. All you gotta do is go to this website down here, holographer.com/ the book. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. It's a thick book. You know what I mean? Said discipline, they have wasted time, pay them both attention. Pay them both attention. I don't know what you gotta explain that. Said that's unfortunate as fuck. Sorry that happened to you. No, it's not. Don't feel sorry for me, love. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for that motherfucker who said that or who texted that with his thumbs. Because clearly that's with emotional issues. So, pray that he gets some help if you Christian. Or I don't know what you do. Put some ashe towards people who are like that. Send them some good ashe. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they going through something and they use somebody like me as a target. Send them some good ashe. You know what I mean? Send them some ashe, nigga. The first time I heard that, I thought I laughed. I laughed the first time I heard that. Send them some good, clean, wonderful ashe. Whatever ashe is. But that's my time, folks. You know what I'm saying? Let me shout out to my patrons, you know what I mean? Shout out to my patrons out there, you know. And I want you to comment below when you watch this and you let me know how funny I am. If it was corny, let me know. But if it was funny or I could do better, give me some tips in the comment section. Because I really tried to be hilarious in this episode. I really tried to go the extra mile for you to laugh. You know what I mean? Because it's conscious nigga entertainment. Everybody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else doing it. And hey, if you didn't get your $100 book with the herb pack, just try them again. See if you can tell them, hey, can you send my stuff? It's been a few months. Can you send my stuff? I'm out here. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to say, I forgot to say something. I forgot it, and then I forgot it over again. Hold on, I forgot to say something. Hold on, I'm gonna remember it. Oh yeah, N.O.I.A.E stands for no one is above examination. So let me type that up. I almost got out of here without giving you the meaning of that acronym. Wait a minute. There we go. That's what this because this will be a part of the title of the live stream is that N.O.I.A.E. No one is above examination. So that was the point of me coming out here to say deal with you right now. So no matter how high and mighty you think you are, or how much money you got, or how many, you know what I'm saying, followers, subscribers. I don't give a damn. No one is above examination. All right. Now let's get back to